Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Hound Jonesy in Fortnite Save the World. Now, one of you boyos over on Twitter has been asking me for the past 4 or 5 days straight, just tweeting at me consistently, at demonjoefrance, if you guys want to hit me with a follow, that you wanted a grenade build. You wanted me to cover a grenade build in this game, and well, what better time than now? Because Hound Jonesy has just returned to the item shop alongside the new spear. I did a review on the new spear in yesterday's video if you guys want to check it out. But in today's video, we will be taking a look at Hound Jonesy. I'll be giving my own thoughts and opinions on him at the end of the video, and we'll be also taking a look at a pretty good build with this character as he's very grenade focused. So let's head on over to the item shop and you will be able to purchase this man for 2,800 gold. Now, what exactly does Hound Jonesy do? Well, if we take a look at his bonuses, he increases your frag grenade maximum charges by 1, and he also has Rucksack Plus for your commander perk, which increases it by 4, giving you a total of, I believe, 7 grenades, which is pretty amazing for a frag grenade hero, especially if you are buffing the frag grenades by a lot. So let's head on over to the command center and take a look at the loadout that we have for this character. First up, one thing that I had not mentioned as of yet was the abilities that this character has, and these for me personally are my favorite 3 abilities that a soldier can have. Not only do you have your frag grenades that are able to lock down positions in the map from husks advancing, they can run through a certain kind of area, a little bit of a choke point, but because you have the proper perks, you're actually going to be able to do a lot of damage to any husks that are coming through certain areas. You also have Warcry. You can buff yourself and your teammates, allowing you to do more ranged weapon damage. And then you have Shockwave. If the husks get a little too close, you can use Shockwave and get them off of you. I love these 3 abilities for the soldier. This is my favorite composition of abilities for soldiers, so do keep that in mind. Hound Jonesy does have that going for him. If you do prefer other abilities, that's fine, but for me personally, I think it is the perfect mix of soldier abilities. Now, for the team perk for this, of course, we went with Keep Out. So for each soldier that we have in our support bonus, our frag grenade leaves an energized area that will deal 12 base energy damage per second for 6 seconds. The base radius is a 0.375 tile, but will increase by 40% with each soldier that we add to the support slots. So what do we have in our support team? Well, of course, we have Master Grenadier Ramirez. Of course, she will increase our frag grenade radius by 50%, which is a pretty good margin considering she's already buffing Keep Out on top of that. Then we have Undercover Vaughn. Undercover Vaughn is going to give us extra frag grenade damage, which is very useful, of course, because, well, that's what we're focusing on. Then we have Demolisher Jonesy. This character is going to give us cluster bombs. Frag grenades explode into 6 small grenades, which will deal 16 base energy damage and a half tile radius. Aside from Demolisher Jonesy, we also have Highland Warrior Wildcat, and she has the Pull the Pin standard perk, which decreases your frag grenade energy cost by 33%, effectively allowing you to use Shockwave and Warcry alongside them. And last but not least, we have 4-Leaf Wildcat. Now for 4-Leaf Wildcat, for every 45 eliminations, you will get an extra frag grenade. In my opinion, it's a little bit of a steep slope to make it to where you need 45 kills before you get a frag grenade, but at the end of the day, we want to buff our frags as much as possible and take advantage of our very deep pockets that hold our grenades, basically our rucksack. So let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay portion of this video, and you guys will be able to see me using this build in a 4 times level 100 mission and seeing exactly how effective it is against power level 118s, and basically just getting a general feel for the character, and I'll give you guys my overall opinions on him. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Alrighty boyos, so here we are at the gameplay portion of the video. At this portion of the video, I just kind of give you guys my opinion on the character, a little bit of an overview on him, and show some gameplay as well. Of course, the gameplay in the background is going to be of a 4 times level 100. You'll notice that I'm fighting power level 118s, and that is to basically try to showcase the best possible scenario for what kind of grenade damage output that you're going to be using. Also, you're going to see me absolutely spamming my grenades as much as possible, and and that's not exactly how I'd encourage you to play Hound Jonesy, but it's just a way of me being able to try to consistently show you damage numbers and kind of how much you'll be able to do with this hero. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let me go ahead and start talking about Hound Jonesy and giving you guys a little bit of my synopsis on the character. So the number one thing that I do want to talk about with Hound Jonesy is your playstyle and moderation. In my opinion, I believe that Hound Jonesy is probably one of, if not the best grenade hero in Save the World. I think the fact that you're able to hold a rucksack, 7 grenades total in your inventory, I think it's a very strong thing that you can give to a character, especially if you're running the build that we're running specifically and where we're completely buffing all of our abilities towards grenades. However, if you want to get the most out of your loadout, what you need to do is have a specific playstyle. You want to play in a moderate playstyle with this character, and what I mean is that you don't want to spam your grenades too much, and you don't want to, not use them at all, essentially. So you kind of want to find a middle ground. So this is what I'm talking about. So you have 7 grenades with Hound Jonesy. However, every single time you do throw a grenade, you are going to have about a 24 to 22 second cooldown on your grenades, meaning if you're going from 0 to 7, through your rucksack by, regenerating all your grenades, it's going to take you over 2 minutes to make that happen. You don't want to be scraping the bottom of the barrel with Hound Jonesy. If you can use him correctly, you're going to have very good consistent damage throughout the entirety of the defense, and he's a very strong character because of this. You want to make sure that you're consistently using your shockwave and consistently using your war cry as a means of getting eliminations to get your grenades back as well. But with this character, you want to make sure that you're pumping out consistent damage with these grenades, but not too much. I would not really encourage spamming these grenades too much unless you're in a specific situation. What I advise is that you save up at least 2 grenades for every single engagement, right? So you're in your normal engagements, you're fighting your husks, you're fighting your blasters, whatever. Make sure that you try to have at least a reserve of around 2 to 3 grenades, because you do get an insane amount of an increase when using this character as a commander. So you obviously, of course, are going to be used to only using 3, but in this case, you can use about 4 grenades, you can use about, even 5 if you would like, and still keep 2 to 3 in your reserves. The reason I suggest this really is that whenever it comes to the end of your defense, normally you're going to find a mini boss, normally you might find yourself in a sticky situation, and you'll be able to then use your 2 to 3 grenades, and then at that point be able to spam your grenades for some insane damage. You could get some grenades off here and there during the defense, but if you throw too many of them, you'll find yourself not having any at all. And when you use a loadout that's completely focused on grenades, not being able to have a consistent flow of damage is completely throwing away the whole purpose of the loadout. You're trading away your assault rifle damage, you're trading away shockwave damage, you're trading away war cry duration and putting 100% into your grenades. So it would at a first glance to basically mean that, hey, let me spam these grenades as much as possible so I can do as much damage as possible. But that is going to leave you with no grenades left to use unless you were scraping the bottom of the barrel. So you don't want to find yourself in the situation of scraping the bottom of the barrel. Instead, you always want to make sure that you do have reserves so that when you need to, you can spam these grenades and get off some insane damage. Of course, if things aren't looking grim and things aren't looking bad for the mission, or things aren't looking, really tough and you're not in dire need, then of course, feel free, throw your grenades as much as you would like. But the whole purpose of using your grenades in moderation is to basically guarantee that you have consistent damage across the board, because the second that you don't have consistent damage with these grenades is the second that you are missing out on potential damage that you could have had if you were to use something like assault rifle buffs or war cry buffs or shockwave buffs. Just make sure that you have consistency with these frag grenades so that you don't have too long of a downtime to where you're just not doing much damage at all, and Hound Jonesy will treat you very well. One more thing I do want want to mention, of course, is that this hero is probably extremely effective in some encampment missions. You'll be able to get your eliminations, being able to get your frag grenade recharges pretty quickly. You know, this was something that was mentioned by Fenris to me, and it did make a lot of sense. This character in an encampment mission is probably one mean grenade machine, but in normal missions, this character can actually be very good and still a very strong soldier to pick from, you know, pre-hero rework. So I am very glad to see that Hound Jonesy is still a very useful pick, and honestly, he's very exciting to use for me personally. I didn't think I was going to like him at first, but whenever I picked him up, I actually thoroughly enjoyed him, and trying out the new playstyle made it a lot of fun for me personally. But guys, that is it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I want to hear your opinions in the comments down below. Of course, you did not have to go with the exact same loadout that I went with in this video, but I figured that if you're going to have a commander completely focused on grenades, why not completely max them out and see exactly how far you can go with your grenade damage. But guys, that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. Leave your opinions in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.